What is up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday. My name is Aaron Dwyer, and I'm one of the broker owners of Exit Realty Lake Country. And obviously, well, I'll say obviously, that's probably the wrong word to choose. If you are with us live on this call, you probably know that by now because you are part of our company. But good morning, Melanie. We have what we like to do is when you're on here with us this morning, what we love to have is if you'll tell us you're up. Uh, Tell us good morning. Let me know that you're here. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Lynn. We have a Facebook user. Good morning, Jolie. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, man. What a great stinking morning. What a great, awesome morning. Good morning, Carrie. You're a Facebook user again. So, Jolie, Carrie, I'll make sure you check your settings so that we can get that fixed. Don't know why it's doing that. Anna Davis, you're that way too. So y'all make sure you check your settings through StreamYard. I don't know why it keeps kicking people out and keeps kicking you guys out of your names. But good morning, and good morning. Um, Man, I'm gonna tell you what. Who knew? I said yesterday in our group text message. Who knew that getting up earlier would just drive this behavior, drive this feeling, and drive this emotion to a place that I feel it's unreal. I haven't felt this good, this alive, this. Good morning, Alex. This alive, this good, this motivated, this inspired in a long time. So I'm hoping to carve out some time. Yep, got you, Carrie. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to carve out some time. I would love to start. We talked about this back in May when Lucky Strike won the Kentucky Derby, and it's funny. I hadn't really thought about that book. I wrote a lot that day after the Kentucky Derby. We talked about that on one of our calls, and I wrote a bunch about that. And Lainey mentioned it to me Saturday when she was at the house. She mentioned Lucky Strike to me again, which kind of got me thinking about it. Now it's back in the frontal part of my brain. So I think I need to carve out some time to start writing in that book. But I feel really, really good right now. It's just a matter of carving out that time. So man, what a great morning. Hey, y'all, I am embracing the hell out of some suck right now. I got up at 3:45 and was on the road running at 4 o'clock. I'm not joking. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's possible. Whatever you set your mind to is possible. Whatever you figure and decide this is what I'm going to do, you'll do it. I promise you'll do it. Yesterday it was really hard. Today, super. It was. I'm saying it's super easy, much easier than I thought it was going to be. It's so. So I want to encourage y'all, man. Just get out there and do that thing. Just decide you're going to do it. Just decide you're going to get out there and do it. Um, we're in a place, man. We are Exit Realty Lake Country is in a place right now where I really truly believe there's some things that are kind of under the undercurrent, kind of bubbling under the surface, really that we don't see. Um, that's about to launch this bad boy. I mean, the water is starting to boil, and I think that we're headed in a direction that a lot of us have kind of thought we were headed, but now I think it's definitely on the way. So I couldn't be happier with who we have in our company, what we're doing right now in our company. Had a great call yesterday with our mentors. Y'all, if y'all don't know this, uh, well, most of y'all do on this call. But if you're watching this later, we are starting this mentoring program, and I think we've got the perfect people in place to be mentors. I think the new agents that we have coming in, the new agents to exit that are coming in, are going to be blessed beyond their wildest dreams. Not only with success and the monetary piece of that, but also with the relationships that you're going to create with your mentors, all the mentees that are coming in, the relationships that you're going to create. I mean, Jolie can speak to this. Jolie started with Camellia just kind of as a team member, but that relationship between Jolie and Camellia has I believe really really grown, and they are super close. And Jolie knows that she can rely on Camellia, and Camellia knows what kind of person Jolie is and can rely on her. So they've gotten very close through this process, and I'm so super excited to watch how this grows. Um, to watch how this thing progresses. Y'all, we actually, I don't know if I can say this out loud. We are putting things in place right now that should have been put in place years and years and years ago. But we are putting those things in place now so that we don't have any questions, so we don't have any concerns, so that we are starting to put those things in place that that a company should have put in place, and I'm really excited about that. So y'all need to do me a favor, if y'all would, if everybody could pray for a refrigerator for Madison. It would make Michelle Tilson so happy. I've been saying I'm gonna get a refrigerator, and I haven't done it yet. So maybe I'll do that to see if Lowe's will just deliver it. But if y'all will help me pray for that, that'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic. Yesterday, the meeting with the mentors was absolutely fantastic. Where everybody is this morning. The meeting with the mentors was absolutely fantastic. I think we're getting some structures in place. We're getting some pieces in place that are, again, it's hard to launch a rocket. Hard to launch a rocket off of cardboard boxes built on some sand, right? It's hard to launch a rocket off of a very unstable foundation. You got to be able to build your foundation properly. I watched it on TV. When they launch these rockets, those things they build around the rocket to support the rocket, to support the thrust, to support the launch and propel this rocket into outer space. Those structures are pretty strong. The foundation for the launch has got to be supremely strong. If there's one bar, 15 screws out of place, something, think about that. The spaceship challenge, the Challenger disaster was created by probably $1.60 O-ring. Isn't that crazy? That something so massive, so expensive, so much technology, so much power, so much potential, so much the hopes of the United States, certainly, and maybe the hopes of a lot of the world in this vehicle to take these astronauts to outer space, and disaster struck with a part that was probably less than $5. Just an O-ring. Something so small, so minuscule, so little. Oh my God, that is so good. So small, so little, so minuscule, caused a massive disaster. And that is exactly, y'all, I'm not joking, man. That is exactly what I want to talk about this morning. The Bible says that you have to guard your heart. The Bible says that your words are a double-edged sword. The Bible says, and it's a physiological fact. The Bible doesn't say this, but this is a physiological fact, that your tongue is the strongest muscle in your body. How many of you pay attention to the O-ring? One of the smallest pieces of the Challenger, one of the smallest things. How many of you pay attention to your words? How many of you good morning, Michelle Tilson, morning, Millie. How many of you pay attention to your words? How many of you pay attention to the words, just the habitual words that you say on a daily basis? How many of you pay attention to the thoughts that are in your head, those small little thoughts in your head on a daily basis? How many of you, the O-ring, a part less than $5, caused the Challenger disaster? Caused a multi-million-dollar vehicle to blow up in midair and kill 7 astronauts. A small little piece of rubber that was faulty caused that explosion, caused that disaster. Good morning, Lynn. Lynn, good morning. She said, life and death are in the power of the tongue. Life and that's so good. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. How many of you pay attention to the words you say? And how about this? How about this was brought to me yesterday. I read this yesterday in this book, and we didn't get to it yesterday, but it's perfect for this morning because I honestly wasn't sure what we were going to talk about. But just going through yesterday, going through kind of the stuff that happened yesterday, this is really what I believe we need to talk about today. And the title of this chapter in this book is "Stop Calling Your Genius Shit." Sorry. Actually, it's there's an asterisk. It was SH asterisk T, but you know what I'm saying. Morning, Vanessa. People really do reveal their deepest belief or their deepest beliefs by their daily behaviors. And they're sabotaging wounds by their spoken words. So how many words do you say during the day? I don't know. There's probably some studies that say that say a human being in a 24-hour period says this many words. How many of those words are you saying that are tearing you down? That habitually you say something like, "Man, that's so crazy. Man, that car is so sick. Man, you've really got your shit together. Man, I can't do this." Or it's too hard, or they don't like me, or I'm afraid I'm going to get rejected, or why do you speak to me that way, or do you not love me anymore, or whatever words you use on a daily basis. Those words are sharper. The tongue is sharper than any double-edged sword. Your words have the ability not only to cut other people, but to also cut yourself. That's right, Lynn. Words do two things. They lift up and edify, or they tear down and destroy. Words. Simple little words. The words I use with Jagger, the words I use with me, the words the little dude that we talk back and forth together, the words that I use with Christy. Are you sarcastic? Are you biting? Are you a smart ass when you talk to people? Do you say things kind of tongue in cheek? Not really. Guys, words matter. O-ring, simple little thing, destroyed the challenger. Words matter. And we get in these habits of using these words, of saying these things, of speaking in a way that tears people down. Or we feel a certain way about ourselves, and then we attract other people who speak those feelings to us. Because that's another piece of this. The words that you speak are what's in your heart. The words that you speak are what is in your soul. My dad, I go back to my dad, and as much as my dad and I do this sometimes, another one of his favorite analogies when he was a preacher was when you squeeze an orange, apple juice doesn't come out of it. When you're under pressure, your true self is revealed. When you're under the screws, your true self is revealed. And your true self is revealed by not only your behavior, but also your words. Not only what you do, not only your actions, but the words you speak. Something as simple, we take this upstairs, something as simple as your words can tear someone down. And this is what Robin Sharma said yesterday in this book. Everywhere you go, you'll hear good people using bad words for great things. And this is just a couple things. The way to enlightenment is not to give an F. That was for you, Violet. Wear stylish sneakers, and you'll be applauded for rocking sick kicks. Learn to meditate, visualize, journal, and pray to release old trauma, banish timidity, and boost your confidence. Your friends will celebrate you for being gangster. Deliver the most spectacular work performance of your life, and you'll be told you killed it. Uplift your craft so you grow nearer to your potential, and peers will exclaim, you're really doing cool-ish. Words mean what words say, and the words you use send potent messages to your unconscious mind about who you are, what you can achieve, and the quality of what you will produce. What words are you using? Are you using words that are lifting you up, or are you using words that are tearing you down? Are you using words that are lifting you up, or are you using words that are tearing you down? I don't know if I can post a comment here, but I have a question. Oh, I can. Watch this. Oh, this is money. How many of you, something's just, how many of you, right? Oh, shoot. I misspelled that, but it's okay. Y'all know what I mean. One of the most fabulous things that you get is when you join Exit Realty Lake Country. I don't know if I have mine here. I think I do. Hang on one second. I do have it. Hang on. I'm going to run back here. One of the most fabulous things that you get when you join Exit Realty Lake Country is you get a packet from Exit Corporate. You get a packet with a lot of information, stickers and some pens and some books. But hey, Brookie, one of the most important things you get is this book right here, written by Steve Morris, the founder of this company. Word Your Mind and the Affirmation Principle. The only way out is in. The only way up is in. The only way to get to where you're going is you got to dive inside. Your mind and affirmation principle. Steve Morris is a genius, y'all, if you've not known this. And he truly believes in words have meaning. Words have power. I put something in here in the comments, and it's text prompter to 85377. And even if you don't believe like I believe, even if you're watching this later and you say, man, I don't believe that stuff. I don't believe in affirmations. I don't believe in name it, claim it. I don't believe in all this stuff. I don't believe in those things. Fantastic. If nothing else, if you text prompter to 85377, you get a link to an app called Prompter. And what Prompter does is it gives you 12 affirmations for 21 days. So it gives you 12 statements for 21 days. And then after the 21st day, it changes and gives you 12 more statements for another 21 days. At the very least, even if you don't believe in affirmations, even if you don't believe that you can create your reality by what you believe, that's in the Bible, by the way, even if you don't truly believe that, they're words that affirm who you are. They are words that will give you life. They are words that will strengthen you and edify you. I promise you, there's nothing in the Prompter app that says, I suck. There's nothing in the Prompter app that says, I am a terrible person. There's nothing in the Prompter app that says, I really am a bad real estate agent. There's nothing in the Prompter app that says, I am too scared to call people. There's nothing in there that does that. In this Prompter app, in these affirmations, the words are, I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. In the Prompter app, it is, I am reaching every one of my goals every single day. In the Prompter app, I am. It's building you up with words. It is putting words in your brain, in your mind, in your conscious mind to hopefully, after 21 days, maybe some of those will sink into our thick heads, and through our thick heads, it'll get into our subconscious where we actually believe that I'm healthy, wealthy, and wise. That I actually will believe that I can conquer everything, that I actually will believe that nothing is impossible, that I actually will believe that I can do all things through Christ, because what that is right there, y'all, is that's an affirmation. When the Bible says, I can do all things through Christ, Paul was giving you an affirmation. That's all that is. It's affirming who you are. It's affirming your faith in what you can't see. Your words matter. And if you don't have enough good words to say about yourself, get into Prompter, read this little book. Let it explain to you what Steve Morris had in his heart when he created Exit. Read what Steve Morris, it's a little bitty book. It's going to take you, literally, you could read this in a bathroom sitting. Read this little book that Steve Morris wrote and created to explain what the power of these words really is. To explain every one of our ages, I want every one of you. I try to get all my kids on Prompter. Every one of my kids on Prompter. Because we go through life and we're inundated by what we see on social media. We're inundated by what we see on the TV. We're inundated by what we hear in conversations. And more times than not, it's all negative. Hell, the news, mainstream media, and the news is built to scare the absolute dog crap out of you. They don't report all the good that's happening in the world. They only report the bad stuff. It's like a train wreck. Nobody wants to watch a train wreck. Nobody wants to see the carnage, but nobody can take their eyes off of it when it happens. It's a sick part of human nature. Now, there are some of us who will see the train wreck, who see the carnage, and immediately start to pray and lift people up and start to and dive into prayer. But a lot of folks just gawk. Clickbait, that's all it is. It's just trying to keep, and it's the same thing on social media. It's the same stuff on social media. Y'all, Michelle Tilson and Kristen Siebold went out door knocking. And y'all have heard this story. They went out door knocking. And the word that was used when somebody said they saw them in the neighborhood was vultures. Vultures. Now, if Kristen and Michelle truly believed they were vultures, if they were fragile enough in their belief system of themselves, if they were fragile enough in their confidence, and somebody called them vultures, you know what they would say? I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to make anybody mad. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't like being called a vulture. Your words matter. Your words create belief. Your belief creates reality. Your reality creates change. I heard this morning on the run because I listen to some motivation stuff when I run, and y'all. I'm not joking, man. It feels so good right now. I almost feel like I could run through a wall. I'm not quite there yet because it's only been 3 weeks, and I'm not ready to run a marathon yet. But it does feel really, really good. But I heard something this morning and it really made me think about this. And I've been I wrote it in my journal and I'm trying to put these pieces together. Yeah. Hey, Carrie said, what happened is all y'all, when y'all saw the vultures thing, y'all said, dude, hold my hoops. Y'all are kicking off your high heels and say, let's go, girl. Come on. I'm telling you, don't come at Exit Realty Lake Country agents. I'm telling y'all, we may bicker and fight amongst ourselves and inside our four walls of our house. But I promise you, if you walk up on our porch from the outside and try to get after one of ours, you got an ass whipping coming. I'm just going to tell you, you got an ass whipping coming. You take that to the bank. So, but that's another story for another day. We can't be beating anybody up right now, Carrie. So I heard this morning on my run. And I want you to think about this. God gave animals the ability to adapt to their environment so that they can hide and protect themselves from danger. Camouflage. God gave animals the ability to hide, to camouflage themselves, to blend in with their environment. God gave humans the ability to change their environment. He didn't give you the desire nor the ability to camouflage yourself and blend in. So stop doing it. Stop being mediocre. Stop being like everybody else. Stop trying to be like all your friends. Stop chasing the Joneses. Stop being in the middle of the pack. Go be the champion you were born to be. Use the words that edify. Not only edify other people, but edify you. Stop talking down to yourself. Stop telling yourself you can't do it. Stop telling yourself you suck. Stop telling yourself you're not good enough. Stop telling yourself you're not pretty enough. Stop telling yourself you're not tall enough. Stop telling yourself you're not smart enough. Stop. Text prompter to 85377. Get those affirmations. And even if you don't have the words to build yourself up, write those suckers down out of the prompter app, read them back to yourself out of the prompter app, and put you some new words in your brain. You were built and designed. We were all built and designed to change the environment. We were all built and designed to do something spectacular, to lead a life to lead a champion's life. We were all built that way. And just because Brooke wins doesn't mean I can't win. And just because I win doesn't mean Jagger can't win. And just because Jagger wins doesn't mean Christy can't win. And just because Christy wins doesn't mean Carrie can't win. That's not the way this works. Because the way it's built is everybody can champion. Everybody can be the champion of their own life. Everybody can be the champion of their own gain. Guess what? Carrie, if Carrie goes out and makes $500,000 a year in her income, that doesn't, I don't automatically say, well, Carrie's making $500,000. I can only make $100,000 this year. That's not the way that works. If Carrie goes out and fulfills her dream and buys a house with acreage and buys a lake house, I'm not going to sit back and say, well, Carrie had a lake house. That means I can't get one. Carrie bought a house with acreage. That means I can't get one. If I drive to the Land Rover dealership and I walk up to it and I say, that's my car, and somebody else buys it, I don't say, well, that's the last one they made. I can't have one. That's not the way life works. Life is perpetual. Life is always creating new opportunity. Life is always building on itself. Life is always expanding. It's always growing. Can you put yourself in a position to be a champion? Can you stop using words that tear you down? Will you stop allowing people around you to use words that tear you down? When somebody starts to use the words that tear you down, you should say, whoop, not today, brother. Not listen to that. Sorry. And you can walk away. Nope, not today. You're not calling me that, because I can assure you that is not who I am. And walk away. You got nothing to prove, but you also have nothing to gain by sitting around and letting people beat you down with their words. You have nothing to gain by beating yourself down with your words. There's no advantage into using words that tear you apart. So if you don't have enough words, that build you up, Prompter Steve Morris, I promise you, has got enough words for all of us. He has enough words, enough affirmations. He has got enough life in his heart for every one of us. Y'all, that's why this company is so special, because Steve Morris leads this company with his heart. That's why Tammy Bunnell has been here at Exit Realty Corporate International for 20-something years, because she leads with her heart, and her and Steve are connected. That's why she's the co-chairman now, because Steve Morris saw his heart in Tammy Bunnell. And I promise y'all, if we're getting in a butt whipping contest, we want Tammy to be there. Somebody's got to get Tammy on speed dial and say, hey, Tammy, can you kick off those heels and drop those hoops? Because we need a beat down on somebody. Y'all, Tammy Bunnell's like a 5th degree black belt in Taekwondo. She's working to be a master. That woman is not only a BA up here and a BA in here, but she's a BA right there. That's the girl you need in your life. The average tenure at Exit Realty Corp International in Mississauga, Canada is over 18 years. 18 years is the average tenure. Steve Morris leads with his heart. His heart bleeds through Exit Realty Corporate International. It bleeds through the regional owners. It bleeds through most of the owners and brokers in this company. That then bleeds through most of the agents in this company that come here. That's what we're trying to do. That's why this thing is so special. Your words matter. A rubber O-ring matters to a space shuttle. An O-ring, a rubber O-ring, is what they determined caused the space shuttle, the Challenger, to explode. A part that costs less than $5 that you could buy at Ace Hardware. I don't know if you can buy a space shuttle O-ring at Ace Hardware, but you can buy a rubber O-ring at Ace Hardware for less than $5. That caused the Space Shuttle Challenger to explode in midair and break the hearts of millions. I can still remember to this day where I was. I was in Lebanon, Tennessee. I was in 6th grade, and I was watching the TV, and I watched it blow up on TV. And literally my heart at that age, probably 12, 13, broke. The little things matter. Your words matter. How you speak to yourself matters. How you allow because guess what? When you stop speaking poorly to yourself, you will eliminate those people in your life who speak poorly to you. The more you speak poorly to yourself, the more you use words. I get so mad at Jagger. Y'all, he's sitting right here eating breakfast. That's why I'm talking about him. I get so mad at him because of his personality, being a C personality. If it's not 100% right, it's absolutely wrong. Some people, right? If it's just a little, if you do it 98% of the way there, most people will be okay with that. They don't mind the 2% being wrong. They'll work through that. Yeah, okay, we made a mistake. We'll work through that 2%. Not that kid. That kid, literally, if it's 2% wrong, okay, 98% right, it's 100% wrong. And I get so upset at him sometimes for him saying, I just suck. I suck, don't I? I'm awful at this, aren't I? I can't do this. It upsets me so much when he says that. So I'm trying to build this in him that he stops using words to tear himself down. We all make mistakes. There's none of us perfect. No one is perfect. No, not one. I've never met anybody perfect. But if there's anybody on this planet who's going to talk good about me, I promise you it's going to be me. At least I'm going to try. Because when you stop speaking poorly of yourself, other people will stop speaking poorly of you. Like attracts like. When you speak poorly of yourself, you attract other people who are going to speak poorly of you. If you hold yourself in low regard, you attract people who hold you in low regard, and they're going to treat you with low regard, and they're going to speak to you with low regard. So if you want to eliminate the turds in your life, start believing in yourself. Start speaking to yourself better. Start talking to yourself better. When you look at yourself in the mirror, smile. Do that Anthony Davis thing. Do this. When you look in the mirror, do the Anthony Davis. My man, okay? Do that every single morning. Do your affirmations every single morning. Even if you don't believe in affirmations, read affirmations because they're giving you words. They're going to edify you and build you up. And if you do that enough, you do this enough, it is not one time. It's not pushing a microwave button. I promise you, when you do 12 affirmations, you're not going to walk outside and there's going to be a band outside playing you a song and saying, oh my gosh, there he is. That's not the way it works. You got to keep doing it over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over. Small things, snowflakes, consistently over time make enormous impacts. I don't want to get up at 3:45 in the morning. I don't. I'm telling you, Aaron, this little dude over here, the ego that I have created in myself, who you see in front of you, is a result of what I have created because I believe in this version of who I am, I will be accepted and liked. And this version of who I am that I hope I'm accepted and liked by you guys doesn't like getting up at 3:45 in the morning. He does not like getting up at 4:45 in the morning Eastern time. He doesn't like getting up early. But I'm going to tell you what he does like. He likes at about 4:15 when he's running back up the hill and he looks up in the sky and he sees the stars and he's the only one on the road. And he knows that he's beat down another demon that morning. Whew. He likes that. He doesn't much, but this guy does. My truth does. When I'm running up that road and I look at the stars and I see the moon and I know that I've beat down my ego another morning and I know that I'm the champion of my morning and I know that I'm going to be a better person today because I championed my morning, this dude digs that. When I know when I've done this, that I'm setting a better example for my son, I've set a better example for my wife, I've set a better example for my company, and I'm not only saying it with my words, but I'm walking it out with my actions, this dude likes that. This dude doesn't much, but this dude does. Your words matter. The small things matter. The little things truly matter. And the little things that matter, when you do that consistently over time, when you do the small things that matter consistently over time, it makes enormous impacts. Words are small, man. Small. My tongue is just like one of the smallest things in my body. Yet it's the most powerful muscle I have. What are you saying to yourself? What are you writing in your journals? I would love it today if you would write down just a little bit. Just get you a piece of paper. If you got a little book handy, write down what you feel about yourself this morning. Write down in words what you believe about yourself this morning. Just write it down and read what it says. I want you to truly, from in here, what you believe about yourself this morning. Because I'll tell you what I believe about myself this morning. I believe I'm a champion. And I believe I am walking in my purpose right now on Wednesday, August the 24th, 2022, that I am winning. I believe I'm winning. I believe I am championing. I'm the champion of this morning. And I believe me being the champion of this morning is going to help me be the champion of this afternoon. And at the end of the day, when I look back and evaluate what's happened in this day, I'm going to be the champion of this day. That's what I believe. I want you to do that. I want you, if you're watching this today, I want you to take some time. Look, it's so super easy. Get a pen, get your little book, take this pen, open it, click that little button. Doesn't take much muscle at all. Click that little button, and I want you to write what you believe about yourself. And then I want you to read the words. I want you to read the words back to yourself. Words have power. Words have meaning. What you say to yourself matters. Stop taking them for granted. Stop using habitual words that tear you down. Stop allowing other people in your life to use words that tear you down. Stop. We're all so hard on ourselves. We are all so tough on ourselves. We make things so much harder with the words that we use. We create so much negativity and drama and issues with the words that we use. Words are so small. It's an O-ring on a space shuttle. but they matter. Words are sharper than any double-edged sword. Your words have the power to tear down or to build up. What words are you going to use today? I want you to do that exercise. I want you to do the exercise where you write down what you believe about yourself. Okay? I want you to write these things down, because here's what happens. I can go back and look at the words that I write down. I can go back and look at the words that I put together and that I put in my journal. And I can go back and read these words, and I can go back and read these pages and review these. I do it from time to time. I don't do it a lot, but I do every now and again do it. And I can see where I was in my life and how I felt, how I was speaking to myself. And I promise you, my reality, what I looked at with my eyes, was exactly what I believed. You have the ability to change the environment around you by what you believe, but you can't believe differently until you talk differently. See, belief is just the connection between our thoughts and our emotions. Thoughts and emotions together create a belief. And sometimes when those two things, when thoughts operate independently from emotions, when emotions operate independently from thoughts, y'all, it's crazy town. It's absolute crazy town. When you get in an argument with somebody and you get really emotional and you start just coming at them with emotion, it's the words that come out of your mouth. It's crazy town. You do crazy. I mean, I have literally seen some of the most unbelievable things happen, and I've heard some of the most unbelievable words spoken to me out of emotion. That when they're said, I'm just like, what did you just say? But it's not until after the emotion subsides, y'all all been in that spot, when you go back to the person that you spoke to and you say, hey, I'm really sorry. I got carried away with that. I got super, super carried away with that and got really off in my emotions. So I apologize for what I said. Because you would never say that logically. You'd never say those things out of your mind. But those things come out of when that orange is squeezed, it reveals what's in your heart. Watch your words. Sometimes we say things in our minds. We don't even speak them out, and we say them in our minds over and over and over again. And sometimes we think that our minds and the words that we say, they're very logical. This is on point, but it's still not a belief, because this can be changed at the drop of a hat. Women, man, it's blue one day and it's yellow the next day. I like Rice Krispies one day and I hate Rice Krispies the next day. You change your mind. People change their minds. Okay? Some people get married because they think that's the person they should marry. Okay? They feel this is the person they should marry. But a lot of times they don't combine those things into a belief that this is the person they spend their lives with. Because belief is nothing more than thoughts and emotions combined, tied together, put together, compressed, synergized, and put out. Your words matter. So Lynn said that she apologized to a girl yesterday she'd been rude to a couple of days before on the phone. She said she saw him in person and asked her to forgive her. Words are powerful. I'm telling you, words are powerful. That may be an exercise today. Who have you used words with that you wish you could take back? You've not asked for their forgiveness yet. Have you forgiven yourself? Can you forgive yourself? Words matter. I'm going to leave this right here because I'm going to get off here today. I want you to pay attention to your words today. Words create momentum. Momentum creates action. Action creates belief. Belief creates reality. And I promise you, these things done consistently over time, okay, create huge impacts. And that can be good and that can be bad. So use words that edify, use words that build yourself up, use words that create life, use words that create hope, use words that create energy, use words that create momentum in the right direction. Other people's opinions of you are just other people's opinions of you. That's all it is. Their words are just their words. You can choose to believe it, or you can choose to walk away from it. I love y'all. I really, really love y'all. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Thank y'all for those of you that watch it in a little bit. If you watch it on YouTube or you watch it in the nation, thank you. Be good, be great, be you. Bye, y'all.